Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing Spiritual Streams. My name's Tandra and today we're doing a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading. And today's topic is, what do you need the most? This could be anything in your life that basically you need something right now that will help you in whatever way. There's all kinds of possibilities here. So we'll just see what the cards have to tell us and the charms as well. We will be doing our Oracle Spheres too, so you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. There are 3 different piles to choose from. There's pile 1 here that has kind of the conical shaped shell here. We have pile 2 with the fan shell, and pile 3 with the snail type shell. Okay? So you can reflect on the piles, decide which one is best for you to look at. You can look at more than one pile, and this is timeless. So whenever you run across the reading, if you feel compelled to watch it, there should be some messages or something there for you to get. Okay? So we're going to give you some time to reflect, and when you are ready, there'll be timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your reading, and we'll see you there. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the conical shaped shell here. This reading is on what you need the most in your life right now. What would help you out the best, or what would be the best for you to have. So we're going to take a look at your tarot cards here, and then we'll also look at your charms, and then we'll do Oracle Spheres where you can think of a yes or no question. All right, so let's find out here what we know. All right, we've got the 9 of Wands. We got the 2 of Pentacles. We got the Strength card. We got the 7 of Pentacles. We got the Page of Cups. Kind of move these around a little bit so they're a little easier to see. We got the 8 of Cups. The 9 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Wands. Okay, well, the first thing that kind of came to mind here with the cards is, first of all, I think you need a partner or somebody that will help shore you up, that will help support you, give you some support and strength. I think that's really important. Somebody to maybe help you feel a little bit protected, or like you're not, on your own kind of thing. Okay, so that's the first thing that came to mind, is having somebody in your life that you can feel like you can depend upon, that will be there for you, give you, the strength you need for any battle or anything coming up, because you've got this extra strength over here. Okay, that is the one thing that came to mind really, really clearly. Really, you need a lot of emotional support right now, is what I'm getting, and somebody in your life to help give that to you. Help you feel, more balanced, more like you're not by yourself, like you've got somebody in your corner, is really important to you right now, or would be really useful to you to have at the moment. There is another, I feel a little bit like, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this, but I get the feeling that in work situation, you might feel a little bit chaotic or unfocused or unsure of what's next, or feeling like maybe it's time to move on. Those kinds of feelings as far as work goes. And maybe that goes along with this supportive person that we're talking about, because maybe if you're ready to move on to a new career or a new situation, maybe you might feel like you need to defend that decision, or you might need some support to get through that, or the strength it takes to move on to something new and different. So that might be what's going on there, because that's kind of, the energy I'm getting. It is a little bit extra with work there. It might have to do with what I was talking about with support, or it might be even a little something on its own. But those are the vibes I'm getting right now. Now we can go on and we look at our charms and see if there's anything else there that we're looking at. Get an idea here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Well, once again, we have a 2. So yes, you do need that partner, that support, that extra person. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could just be a really close friend, somebody that is really useful to you that way. But yeah, that's really what you're needing here. We also have several 9s, which to me, once again, is a completion or a protective energy. And then you also have the 6s. The 6s are also recovering from battles and problems and so forth. So what I'm getting from that, once again, is that I think you've had some hard knocks. You've had some fights, maybe. You've had some setbacks. You've had some other things that make you feel like you do need that extra strength, that extra protection, that extra support to get you through whatever's happening, and so forth. So that is definitely playing out with the dice and the cards there. Now, we do have a few other things. We have the scepter again, the king. So you really need somebody in authority, or with that kind of majestic power to them. You really want somebody that's got that, nobody's going to cross them or not listen to them, kind of thing. The Z also kind of shows me that as well. That's the end of the alphabet. That's kind of a powerful letter in my mind. So the Z can also be an initial or something else that you're thinking of there. So that's definitely what's coming through, is somebody that's got that kind of power, that kingly presence, that strength that you need. Somebody you can really depend on, or you can really lean up against, you can really focus on, and so forth. It's interesting how the strength card almost always has a lion attached to it. He's the king of the jungle kind of person. It's how they're leaning on each other, they're supporting each other. That is definitely the resonance I'm getting here. You do have the butterfly, which often denotes change, and we did talk about, I'm thinking that you might need to change up something, maybe in your career or in some other area of your life like that. I think you are ready to move on to something new and different, and that may be partly where the support is coming in as well, because it is scary to make this change, or it might be, financially draining or other things like that. So having this extra support would be useful to you in that. So, I'm a change would be good for you. I'm kind of seeing it mostly in your career area of your life, but if there's any other area that you're feeling kind of chaotic with, or kind of, like, okay, I'm done with this, I want, something better to move along, it could be related to, other things as well. I'm just kind of getting the feeling most of it has to do with career or work or other things like that. Okay, let's see what else we got going here. You had lots of Cups cards, and you also have the Scorpion here, which is for Scorpio, which is a water-based astrological sign. So I do feel like that emotional support, that emotional thing is where we're really, heading, is where you're really, you also have the watering can here as well. So there's lots of water going on here, lots of emotion, lots of flowy things like that. So maybe being around water could also help you remain more calm, be more focused, help you, sometimes being around flowing water, sitting by fountains, going by rivers, going to a lake, other things like that sometimes can be incredibly calming for some people. And that might be something that would be very useful to you in your life right now as well, because it can help kind of ease some of the stress, some of the, the things that are kind of making you a little bit uptight there a little bit. So that's one thing to think about as well. We do have the Mickey hand here, which I often see as creativity or childhood or things that are, not as, I'm trying to think of the word. You know how life can be so serious, and how day-to-day things in life can be just, okay, really, really important stuff all the time, every day. When you think about more childhood type things, or more fantasy oriented things, or things that aren't so day-to-day serious, you get into more of things that can be more relaxing, things that can be more fun. So maybe that's one of the things that we're thinking about here, is maybe getting a little bit of fun in your life could also be kind of important here as part of the relaxation thing we were talking about. Maybe, having some things show up that it's a little bit more fun for you to do, or kind of frivolous, or more creative, or different like that. Okay, so let's take a look at your Oracle spheres next, so you get a chance to answer a question. We have 4 different stands. We have bronze, purple, silver, and green. You decide which one you'd like to get your answer on. And then we go forward and we get your answer. So number 1, bronze, is a not likely. Number 2, purple, is a not now. Number 3, silver, is a probable. And number 4, green, oops, that one came out, but didn't see it, is a probable. Alright, so we have a not likely, a not now, a probable, and a probable. So there's your oracles for answers for today's reading. Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate every single one of you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family. Check us out on Patreon if you'd like to sign up over there. It's as little as $1 a month, and you get access to exclusive videos, and we have a lot of them over there at the moment. Also, we are offering a free personalized reading for anybody who signs up for Patreon in the near future. So that might be something for you to think about as well. We do put out videos on YouTube every Wednesday or Thursday, and then every Saturday or Sunday, somewhere around there. And so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the fan-shaped type shell here. And we're going to take a look at what you need in your life the most right now. What would help you out the most? What would be the most useful for you to have? we're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at your charms as well as your cards, and then we'll do your oracle spheres where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So let's take a look here and see what we can find out. All right, we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. The Two of Wands. The Nine of Swords. The Death card. The Hierophant. The Nine of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. I want to think of the best way to put this where it will come out where it makes sense. What you could use the most right now, what would really help you out greatly, what would change your spirits, what would just make a big difference, is for you to manifest something into your life that you've been wishing for. Okay? There is a problem here. You've been worrying about this coming into your life so much that it's not manifesting itself. It's not coming in. It keeps dying off. It keeps, you might see a glimmer of it. You might see a possible hope. And then it flitters away. And the reason for that is when we focus on the lack of something, or we worry about when is this coming, how is this coming, is it going to come, which you have two Nine of Swords cards here, so it shows that that is definitely something that's happening here. When that happens, it's really hard for us to attract the thing to us that we want, because we're focused so much on the not having, or we're not resonating the right vibrations to pull it in. We are vibrating in the wrong frequency. Okay? It's like tuning in a radio. You know how you're trying to turn the dial on a radio, or I guess nowadays it's pushing buttons or whatever, but if you can think about, old-fashioned radios, and you would have to turn a dial, and you're trying to tune into the right station. You want to hear it, and you're hearing lots of static because you're not in the right spot. And you hear other things, and finally you turn it, and you get to the right area, and it comes in crystal clear, and it's beautiful, and it's awesome. Well, this is kind of the same thing. You need to be resonating in the right frequency to bring forward what you want the most. Okay? And if you are focusing on not having it, or what you feel like right now because it's not here, or you're worrying about when it's going to come and all these other things, you're not focused in the right frequency. So you're not tuning in to the right energy for it to come. Okay? So, some advice here on, yes, you really do need whatever this is that you're trying to bring forward that really would help you out the most. But the biggest thing is to change your frequency. That's what you really need to have happen in your life the most, so that you can manifest the things that you want to have, so that you can bring forth those things. I do feel like for quite a few of you, what you're trying to manifest is a relationship. That may not resonate with some of you, because that may not be for all of you, but that is something that did come forward in the reading, so I'm going to mention it. That is something that some of you might be trying to bring forward, is, somebody that you can be with, and so forth. But once again, the biggest thing that you need in your life right now is to have the right frequency in your manifestation so that it will come to you. Okay? So tuning into the right frequency is what you need in your life the most. The way to do that, there are lots of videos out there that explain this or talk about this or will help you with this if you've not looked into any of them. But the biggest thing is to feel like you already have it in your life. Like, imagine thinking in your brain, okay, this is what I want. How would I feel when it's here? What will it feel like to have this? And start feeling that. Start feeling that resonance in you. Start, bubbling over with joy or giddiness or whatever it is, whatever emotions, whatever it would feel like to have this in your life. Start feeling that as much as you can. And start resonating as if it's already in your life, as if you already have it. I know that's really hard to do. I have a really hard time with it myself. It's very hard to stay in that mode or to even pull that mode to you. Meditation might help, imagination might help, journaling might help to get your brain in the right mode of this is in my life, this is what I have, this is how I feel. Just train your brain to think in the right direction, and then that will help bring forward what you want. That will help tune you into the right frequency of the universe, so it can bring to you what you've been wanting the most. Okay, let's look at your charms. We might get a little bit more information on this, or a little bit more advice or other things. So let's take a look here. Okay. Well, let's see what came through here. So what is for you will not pass you by. That's an important message, because that means that if you're meant to have something in your life, it will come to you. So don't worry about it. Worrying about it pushes it away, and you don't want to do that. You also have the Two of Diamonds. Once again, that two, that coupling, that coming together, that is something that some of you guys are definitely wanting. You do have the miracle thing here, so you might feel like this is a miracle if this happens for you. But we do have the warning skull and crossbones here. So once again, you got to keep the negativity away. You have just one life to live, so do live it. Do enjoy it. Don't dwell on all of the bad, negative, and all the not so fun things. We do have the sun and the moon here, so once again, that's kind of a pairing, in my opinion. So once again, I think that's a strong thing in your guys' reading. We do have a make-a-wish and you'll have success. So just make that wish and work towards that. You do have the cake topper with the heart in it, as the cherry on top. So, that shows a good sign of, getting what you want. We also have the confident kitty. For those of you that do want to bring forward a person in your life that you can love and, partner and be with and so forth, the confident kitty to me shows that by being confident in yourself, by going, I, am going to have this person and this person's going to be drawn to me and I'm in the right resonance and I feel really good about myself, instead of all the worry about, it's going to be hard to find somebody, or they're not going to like me, or, when is this ever going to happen, or this never works out for me, or all of that other energy. It's hard because a lot of times, once again, it's the right frequency again. If you're putting out the vibes of, I'm not worthy, people don't want me, I'm never going to find somebody, when those vibes are out into the universe, a lot of times people don't think to look to you or even think about you in that way. Once again, it's not tuning into the right energy. But if you're out there with the confident kitty of, I'm worth having, I'm, pretty, I'm handsome, I'm a good person, I'm fun to be around, I'm going to find somebody really great. If you've got that kind of energy about you, people will be more drawn to you, and they will see that. And once again, the right frequency, you're turning into the right thing again. And so I think that's good advice there. We do have the moon and the stars here, and the star dream. So I do feel like this is something that you've been dreaming about or wishing for a long time, but it's also a partnership thing. The moon and the stars going together, the sun and the moon going together. I feel like that is, for most of you, what you're truly wanting to bring forward is a caring, loving relationship, a partnership. That may not resonate with some of you, so maybe this isn't your right pile, or there's a few of you that you're an outlier and that's not what you're wishing for here, because there is the success and a couple of other cards that might mean a few other things, but that's what we're looking at here for most of you. And that just shows that, once again, having that right frequency to pull that person in is what you really need. We do have a dog bone here, we have the guitar, and we have the D. The D could be an initial. I thought of dog for some reason, probably because of the dog bone. To me, I see that as the loyalty, as the companionship that you can get with dogs. And once again, I think that just might resonate with you wanting that partnership that you can have, kind of like man and dogs have together. That's a love relationship in a totally different way, kind of like a father, mother, child relationship, but it's still a partnership. It's still depending upon each other, helping each other out, being really good for each other, and that's the kind of resonance you want in the relationship that you're thinking of. The guitar, I think of music as harmony, and going together and so forth. And once again, I think that's what you kind of need in your life. It also tells me about the right resonance, hitting the right tune. If you hit the notes in the wrong way, it just sounds horrible. And you're not, vibrating in the right way. And so once again, it's that, hitting the right notes, hitting, in the right, frequency to make beautiful music and so forth. So that's what we're looking at there. So it's just, basically the same messages that we got earlier about, how to make this happen. All right, we have your oracle spheres here. We have 4 different stands. We have bronze, purple, silver, and green. You decide which one you'd like to get your answers on. And then you think of a yes or no question. And then we get your answers. All right, number 1, bronze is a not now. Number 2, purple is a probable. Number 3, silver is a yes. And number 4, green is a not likely. So we have a not now, a probable, a yes, and a not likely. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today. Thank you so much for being here and being part of the reading. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, check out our other videos on the channel. You can also check us out over on Patreon. If you'd like to sign up over there, you can sign up for as little as $1 a month and get access to exclusive videos. And we are giving away a personalized reading as well for some people that sign up on Patreon at the moment. So that might be something for you to think about. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading on what do you need in your life the most right now. And you chose the cool snail shell here. And we have your tarot cards, and we have our charms. We're going to look at and see what kinds of things would be best for you to have in your life right now. And then we'll do your oracle spheres where you can think of a yes or no question. So let's find out what we got going here. We got the 5 of Wands. We got Temperance. We have the 6 of Cups. We have Temperance again. Interesting. The 6 of Swords. The High Priestess. The 6 of Cups. Yeah. The Ace of Swords. And the Devil card. Alright. Well, what came through in your reading more than anything else is you need to get away from conflict. You need to have some balance, some feeling of security, getting away. Trying to think of the best way to put this. You need to feel like you are away from problems, troubles, like I said, conflict. You need to feel secure, safe, balanced, and that's what you need in your life more than anything else right now. I feel like you've got a lot of chaos kind of happening around you right now. Maybe some fighting, fussing, conflict. Conflict is the word that's coming to mind. And what you need most is to get away from that, is to be in a place where you're not thinking about that, where you're paying attention to things that are less severe, more calming. So maybe vacation would be good. That's possible. That might be enough to help get away from this long enough and to help balance you back out again. That is possible. But getting totally away from this conflict, like escaping this conflict, is also a possibility, like permanently, like getting totally away from the situation, whatever it happens to be. I don't know exactly what it is because it might be different things for different ones of you. But if you are in a situation that is constantly fighting, bickering, conflict, like I said, conflict is the key word. If you're constantly in a situation like that, or if you're in a situation that this is a huge portion of it, okay, if you are in a situation like this, you really need to escape. Oh, I am so sorry, excuse me. You really need to escape that situation. You really need to get away from that. You need to leave it. That is the most important thing in your life right now, is to get back on a more even keel, feeling more at ease, feeling less, like I said, stirred up and riled up all the time. That kind of energy. You need to be in the 6 energy, which the 6 energy is kind of the nurturing energy. It's the protective energy. It's the getting away from the conflicts of the 5s. It's you have several 6s in your reading. You have the 6 of Cups, you have the 6 of Swords, and you have the 6 of Cups there. All of those show that you need to get away from this conflict. You need to, and then you have the 2 Temperance cards. You need new clarity and new freedom in your life. The Ace of Swords is kind of showing that as well. You also have the Devil card, which shows that there's some kind of influence in your life that is really causing some conflict, or really causing, like I said, that's the word that keeps coming to mind, is conflict. You need to get away from that conflict. You need to get away from that situation, whatever that happens to be. Like I said, it is possible that just getting away for a vacation or out in nature or some other stuff for a while will be enough. But for a lot of you, I really feel like permanently getting away from the situation, whatever it happens to be. If it's a person causing the issue, maybe, cutting them out of your life might be important. If it is a particular environment that you're in, like a living situation or a work situation or other things like that, then changing that up or getting away from that environment needs to be, what you need to do. That kind of thing. Okay. You guys are going to know what we're talking about here, so you'll know what needs to be done. But right now, for your life, that's what you need the most. That's what needs to happen the most, is for you to get back on an even keel, less away from, get away from conflict, stress, other things like that are happening. Get away from, those types of energies, or escape. Like I said, escaping is another word that's coming through quite a bit for some of you guys. So escaping that energy, getting away from that energy, getting back to a more even keel, more nurturing environment, more balanced environment is really what's important for you right now. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your charms to see what else we can find out. What else might be useful here? Okay. Okay, yes, the 2, balanced. 5, conflict. You need to get away from the 5, more into the balanced energy. We have the sun and the moon. Once again, that's a balanced energy. That's, having the 2. Oh, interesting. CIA. That would definitely be some conflict there, some going on. You have another 6. You have the 6 of Wands. Once again, it's getting away from that conflict of the 5s. The moon and the stars. Once again, it's that pairing up energy, that balanced, energy is really important here. This CIA could mean something specifically to you. It could be initials, it could be beginnings of words or other things like that. So I let you guys kind of do that. This is interesting. We have a bulldog and a kitty. Once again, that's part of a balanced energy. Dogs and cats. You also think of dogs and cats fighting, and so forth, and having that conflict. But also, dogs and cats are kind of balanced because, one acts a certain way, another one acts the other way. Having both of them, you kind of have a balanced energy. So I'm kind of getting that with both of those. But I'm also getting conflicts that you can have with dogs and cats as well. Some dogs and cats don't get along that well, or they fight and fuss and have a lot of conflict. So it's really on how you kind of look at that as to how you should take that. We do have the shine like the stars, and after all this time, always. Those are interesting charms for your particular reading, in that you would think, as after all this time always, that usually means to me that there's somebody that's in your life that you will always have a connection to, or that you will well, they're finally showing their love to you even though you've known them for a really long time, that kind of energy. And then there's the shine like the stars, which, hey, you get out there and you show your stuff, you show what you've got and what you can do. Those 2 are kind of interesting, considering I feel like the biggest thing is for you guys to get away from a situation, but maybe once you do, those 2 charms might come into play a little bit more into your life, because you'll have that balance and that better energy, that more quiet, temperance type of energy going, which would help. We do have the fan seashell type of deal, and we also have the winged moon. Usually the winged moon to me means that there's somebody that's passed on, that's looking over at you, or they're looking out for you, or they're guardian angel type of energy. And I think that might be an important message for some of you, so I'm just going to kind of let that hang there and let you guys kind of work with that, because that's resonating with me, that some of you guys will really pick up on that. All right, let's take a look at your chart, or your oracle spheres. This is where you think of a yes or no question. You pick a stand. We have bronze, purple, silver, and green. You decide which one you'd like to get an answer to, and then we will get your answer. So, number 1, bronze. Is a not likely. Number 2, purple, is a no. Number 3, silver, is a probable. And number 4, green, is a not sure. Okay. So we have a not likely, a no, a probable, and a not sure. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. We really hope there's some messages that were useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, leave us comments in the comment section, and check out our other videos. Also, if you'd like to check us out over on Patreon, you can do that. You can sign up over there for as little as $1 a month, and we are giving away a free personalized reading for people that sign up at the moment. So that might be something for you to think about doing. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.